I'm Trevor Smith, and I'm here on behalf of the InfoServe Online Academy. At the InfoServe Online Academy, we have been presenting information on working with difficult people. I am amazed at the level of response. So it appears that we have a lot of people who are working with difficult people. Today, I want to share a somewhat different perspective. And that perspective comes from an understanding that I have about how one can improve interpersonal relationships. And that core principle is that if you're able to separate the behavior from the person, then the chances of improving the relationship increases dramatically. Separate the behavior from the person. What am I saying? When I look at myself as an individual, I'm a composite of a number of things. I'm a composite of my culture, my gender, my race, the environment, all sorts of different factors, as well as the behaviors that I have been demonstrating over time. That's me. When I look at a particular behavior, I smile, that's a behavior. I shout, that's another behavior. The fact that I smile doesn't make me a smiler. It means I can smile, yes. I have smiled, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to smile in the future. The fact that I shout means that I can shout, I have shouted. It doesn't mean that I will shout in the future. So do not label me then as a smiler or as a shouter. At the core is the fact that our behaviors are really like a shirt. I have on a blue shirt today, but please don't call me a blue shirt man, because tomorrow I might have on a white or a red or a different kind of shirt. And our behaviors then can be changed as easily as we change a skirt, a blouse, a shirt, a pant. So therefore, the chances of getting behavior modification and moving forward in a relationship increases dramatically if we start to narrow things down as we look at behaviors as against looking at the entire person. Don't ask me to remake myself. Say to me, smile when you speak to me. Say to me, don't shout when you speak to me. I can deal with that, but it is not that you're asking me to make over. So when we look at then this issue of working with difficult people, let us move away from difficult people to challenging behaviors. That's the issue. John, I have a difficulty with the way you give me instructions. You tend to shout and you do not give me enough information to go on. I have a difficulty with that. So it is not that John is a difficult person. It is just the way he gives information, instructions to me, I find challenging. Now, a number of things can move from that. One is I can prepare for the fact that John is going to shout. I can prepare for the fact that he's not going to give me enough information. I can raise it with John, or I can make the adjustment myself. That can be corrected. It is much more difficult, though, when I have in my mind the idea that John is a difficult person. I am going to not like being with John. I am going to fear being John. I'm going to avoid being with John. And that then doesn't solve the problem. So the key to this whole issue of working with difficult people is to identify the behaviors that we find challenging and to isolate them and to address them. More on this is available at InfoServeOnlineAcademy.com. Remember, the InfoServe doesn't have an E at the end. It's INFOSERV Online Academy. I thank you.